Hi everyone, thanks for joining Salty Reflections. We're going to take a beach walk today. We are on a barrier island in South Carolina and we are one day past Hurricane Idalia. She has passed through South Carolina, left our area with a little bit of flooding, and so we are interested to see what she has washed up on the beach.
That's right. We're looking for some of those sea treasures, right, Steph?
That's right.
And check that one there out.
Oh, I see two. Actually, on the way, I see another. This one's a little broken, little knobbed whelk.
But look at this beauty here.
This is the one Oliver had spotted down the beach.
That's definitely
gorgeous.
One that we're gonna have to keep there. I know a lot of ladies that watch, or guys that watching the videos, they say that they love these dark colored blue shells, and this is the counter whelk. You can tell by the hump on it. Beauty.
It is a gorgeous one. And here was another right beside it on the beach. It's covered with a lot of that protozoan matrix. You can see it built up there on the exterior of the shell. And a big cockle here as well. Really pretty. You can see some fresh seaweeds that the hurricane has washed up, and some clumps of mud rolling around in the ocean.
We're hoping for some cool finds with you guys today. Check out the size of that oyster shell there. And another pretty good sized cockle.
Another big cockle here.
That's a huge one. Check out that long, huge cockle right there with them, Scott. Oh, it's busted.
This is the one he was talking about. Like he said, it is broken there.
And we are actually getting here right at low tide, so it might be best for us to take a walk down the low tide line and then come back up this high tide line on the way back. What you think, Steph?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's try that. That way we can see what's down here while the tide's out.
I see some tracks up here. Looks like a UTV or something has been up here already.
Yeah.
Exploring.
I wonder how they got that UTV out here. Because, you know, we have to venture out here by boat. That's strange. Maybe it's one of the houses down the beach.
Maybe, because
has one out here that they keep out here all the time.
Yeah, I see the tracks coming and going there.
And right now we're right in the inlet side of this barrier island. And as we go on around, we'll be going right around out onto the ocean frontage. We had about a 2 to 3 foot storm surge yesterday from Idalia. Idalia. What is it?
Idalia.
Idalia.
And look at here.
Strange name.
A gorgeous sand dollar is left behind. Put it in one of our little baskets where we keep our fragile things so it doesn't get broken by the heavier shells.
And here's a whelk right here buried in the sand. You see the point sticking up on it right there.
Gorgeous.
And look at the little pitted holes. And what actually causes those pitted holes like that, Steph?
That's either a boron sponge, I believe. gets on it, and what it does is it sucks the nutrients out of the shells while it bores those little tiny holes in it.
And is that one of the kind of whelks also?
Looks like it. This
with that
here.
knot right there. How many of you like to go shelling right after a storm? That is the main reason why we have chosen to come out here today. This beach is getting a good bit of foot traffic from boaters because it's summertime. And there's a lot of boaters coming out here, and I'm sure they're exploring this beach. So we've been giving it a little break. And we were waiting on something to happen like this, maybe to come out here and maybe see some more things washed up. That's a pretty interesting piece right here. One of the sea sponges.
Yeah. It's kind of pink, purpley in color. That's cool.
Yeah, we kind of imagined those being in, like, you know, saltwater aquariums, and or just using it for decoration. Some people might want to just use it for decoration. I'm seeing a big round object. Is that a ton shell, Steph?
Looks like it.
Oh my goodness. That would only be the second ton shell that we've ever found out here, guys. And it is.
Woohoo!
What?
Oh, and it is intact. Walk around it.
Oh goodness. This is very, very rare for us here. That's why we're so excited. Had no idea we would find that, right?
Oh my gosh.
And it is beauty. It's a beauty.
It
Look
is
at
a
the
beauty.
colors of it.
It is absolutely beautiful.
No imperfections. Or is it chipped right here? Maybe a little bit. I don't know, but still, it's a keeper for us. And these shells are very fragile compared to the whelk shells. They are very thin.
Right. Yeah, you can actually like see through that exterior there. You can see my fingers on the other side of it. Very, very awesome. So cool.
We had to give ourselves a thumbs up for that one, guys. Ladies. And check this right here out, Steph, while we're right here.
Huge jellyfish.
Jellyfish washed up here on the beach.
Just to give you a size comparison.
Have no idea what type of jellyfish that is. Maybe if one of you would know, you could leave it in the comment. You know, we always encourage people to leave comments. Let others know the things that we don't know, because there's tons of ladies and stuff that are leaving comments about the things that we don't know. And there's actually guys out here doing the same. Some of us guys love shelling too. Those beach treasures, hey, they good with us too, right? Look at that stick there, just covered in the little barnacles. There's always something interesting to see out on the beach. How about that little guy? Buried in the sand. Has the little oysters built up all around it stuff. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that is neat.
There's a small piece of the whelk egg casing. That would be actually where the whelk shells come from. There's little tiny babies in each one of those little pouches.
All right, and these already have the holes in them, so they're already burst open. The baby shells have already hatched out of it before it got washed ashore.
We're gonna leave it anyhow because, I mean, we definitely don't want, you know, if it is still some live babies in it, what'll happen eventually, the tide will come back in, and when it's time for those babies to come out, they'll roll around, get tumbled, and eventually there's a little tiny hole that they come out of and get dispensed all out in the waters, right, Steph?
Right. And we saw this. It is broken, but I wanted to give you guys a look at it. And look, you can see the little dove inside of it in that broken spot.
And I'm seeing something interesting right up here. Really nothing to do with a shell, but check out this guy right here. Hate to see it dead, but at least we get something to show you guys. One of the stone crabs in our area.
That was a big one too.
And here in South Carolina, we can catch these stone crabs like in our crab traps and stuff. If we do catch one, they're so rare here that the only thing we can do is pull one claw off of them. If that claw from this point to there, his knuckle or his elbow to the point right here measures 2 3/4 of an inch, and it has to have 2 claws in order to take one off.
Right. And in some states they allow people to take both claws, like in Florida, but here we only can take the one claw.
Look at this here, guys. I was about to dig it on up, but I want you to see the size of this thing when I get it. Look here.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Big cockle.
Nice one. It's pretty.
You want it?
Sure. And as he was about to show me that, I saw this laying here, and it blends in so well with the sand right up against that little piece of driftwood. It is broken on the back. But once you put it in a jar like that, you'll never notice that it's broken.
And that is one of the olive shells, the South Carolina state shell, right?
That's right. And we are passing by lots of other stuff. There are lots of our common shells here. We see lots and lots of oysters. Oysters are one of our most common shell that we have here in South Carolina. If you guys eat oysters, you probably have eaten some South Carolina oysters. They are some of the most commonly sought after oysters.
What about this stuff? Here's something interesting to talk to them about. Show them.
A mermaid bracelet, that's what I call it. It's really just a worm casing that has covered itself in these coquina shells. And check out this. This is a piece of broken horse conch. This is just the tip off of one edge of it. It is broken.
Horse conchs here, right?
We don't. We don't hardly ever see any horse conch.
So is that broken piece worth off to keep this thing?
I'm not going to keep it.
Okay. You're getting kind of picky with your shells, I can tell. We have a ton of them, right?
We do have a ton of them. And check out this little angel wing. It's covered in a little fur there. It is complete.
One thing we need to do is stay moving along. Guys, as we pick up the shells, we still need to move along with you guys. We got a long ways to go to venture down this beach. I'm always
Sea pork.
trying to keep moving forward, guys, because I want you guys to see as much as we can show you in the videos, as many finds as we can come across. Another piece of the sea pork.
Sea pork.
That's a big, nice cockle there, Steph.
It is. Pretty orange colors on it. And then
I'll
that,
put it in the wagon for you.
more sea pork and a little sea cucumber too. It doesn't seem to be moving while I'm touching it, but he could still be alive, so I'm just gonna put him back in the edge of the water there. Ooh, another pretty cockle. I see the pretty colors on it.
Cockle. I wanted to just show you the placement of it before I moved it, and just kind of look at it with you together. Look
Beautiful.
at that.
That's got some beautiful colors. And I'm seeing sea pork, sea pork, sea pork, sea pork, and a beautiful little horseshoe crab shell.
Great example of a small horseshoe.
And it has molted already. And I did recently figure out where I seen it on a little nature show, how it says how you can tell whether there's molted or deceased. You seen that little lip where I pulled it up, that shows where the crab had molted and come out of the back of it.
What about that?
Oh, that little beige angel wing.
And those are very fragile, right?
They are very fragile. So it'll go in the little container with my sand dollar and the little horseshoe crab. Lots of sea pork out here today. That piece is almost purple.
What's this right here, guys? Is that one of the sea turtle eggs, or it's already busted?
Yeah, it's already busted.
And yeah, it was definitely a turtle egg.
Yep.
We're gonna leave it. And look at this.
Oh, nice. Little sea urchin. That's pretty.
I know you want that.
Yeah, I do want that. That is really cool. Again, very fragile, so I'm gonna put it in there with the fragile items.
Oh, we're racking up already. But with this hurricane just going by like it has, I was thinking there was gonna be even more than this out here. I mean, we have come out here and this beach be so loaded with shells that you couldn't even haul all of them in a dump truck or 18-wheeler. What you think, Steph? You remember that?
Yeah, after Hurricane Dorian is the hurricane that brought up so much. And we really didn't even get hit by that hurricane very much. It just kind of skirted the coast, but I guess it was out to sea enough to where it brought up loads and loads of shells and debris on the beach.
And there may be just more people venturing out here now. I don't know. It's hard to say. Our hearts and prayers go out to all the ones that have been hit by this hurricane, especially for the ones down in Florida. Seen where y'all had 10 and 12-foot tidal surges down there. We're so sorry to hear about that, and our prayers and thoughts are with you.
Gorgeous olive shell.
Man, look at that shine.
Beautiful specimen of it. It's exactly what an olive shell is supposed to look like. This is the lettered olive. You can see the little markings on it that look like letters. That's what gives it its name. And that is the South Carolina shell, the lettered olive.
So, are there different, like ours is the lettered olive, or is it just the olive?
There's several different types, many different types. We normally have the lettered olive. Here's about all we ever find.
Okay.
But there's lots of different olives, especially across seas. They call them volutes over there, or volutes. It depends on who you speak to, who pronounces it which way. But they're very similar. It's a type of olive as well.
Little tiny little crab there. Little speckled crab, spotted crab.
Little spotted crab. There's one really common other type of olive that's in this area. It's called the golden olive, but we don't usually find them. And check this little guy out. It's a starfish. And I am holding him with the sand under him just in case he is still alive. I'm gonna put him a little further out, but you can see where his legs have started to regenerate on each side of his 5 legs. So his midsection was still alive and got dismembered. Bless his heart. He's trying to survive the best he can. Kind of like all the rest of us, though. Starfish are lucky in a way that if they lose an arm, they can regenerate it, whereas we humans, we're not that lucky. We don't get to regenerate our limbs. We have to rely on prosthetic doctors and things like that if we lose a limb. Some of the seagrass that's been completely uprooted from the storm, I'm sure. Oliver says he sees a couple treasures. Ooh, I see that one. Beautiful.
And how about that one over there? A little bit
bigger. Another pretty. That's what you call pretty right there. Ooh, look here, a live olive shell. And you always know they're alive when you see this little tunnel here. I see him actually sticking out of the shell right here.
We're not going to disturb him though.
The tide is coming back in, and you see the water's edge is only right there, so it'll be back up to him very shortly. And they are snails, so they can live out of the water. You see his eye socket or his eye stalk right there sticking out. And look how pretty he is. Their bodies are so pretty.
Man, I'm seeing like tons and tons of shells up that way right there. But we're getting down into one of the favorite areas that I like to look for shells.
Look to there.
This area right down through
Sea
here.
urchin.
It's an area where the beach is eroding, and these brown areas you see right here is just where the spartina used to be. So it's the dead spartina roots, and all the crevices and divots, you know, they are a great place to catch the shells. We got a lot of oysters right through here, and all these oysters right here, they're deceased, they're dead. Have no idea why. Maybe they just getting covered by too much water all the time. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there could tell us what would cause so much of these oysters to be dead like this. You can look through them, or I can see through them and tell that none of them are alive. They're actually bleached out a lot whiter than what they would normally be.
Look at this olive shell stuck in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're a great place to find shells.
And another stuck right in there.
Has to be really, really careful because she's not wearing any shoes. And you definitely don't want to step on one of these or grab it the wrong way, because they'll cut you like a razor blade.
That's right. Their edges are sharp, sharp. Those are two beauties. Let's rinse them off and let you see. Gorgeous. I'm just scanning around looking for other trap treasures. Another one of our very common shells here, the sailor's ear, or it's a channeled duck clam.
So just a little bit of humor for you guys. Sometimes some of the ladies that are watching our videos, you know, they'll talk about how listening to the beach sounds, you know, they just fall asleep listening to it. And my way of thinking is at least the video played to the end. We like to keep the viewers on to the end of the videos, you know. It helps the video to do better on YouTube, and it get recommended to other people that are interested in these types of videos. So if you know somebody who might be interested, maybe it's a friend or somebody in your family that likes shelling and stuff, maybe you'd want to share our video with them, we'd be more than happy for them to come along with us on some of our journeys here in Beaufort, South Carolina. Let's venture up a little bit farther, I'm not seeing as much down that way, so there's a lot of shells up here, looks like.
I see another sand dollar across this little spot here. Oh, it is broken. Wonk, wonk.
I'm seeing lots of olives right here, Steph. Look here. There's one there. There.
Nice.
I thought I spotted, there's a small broken one right here.
There's one here. There's a drill shell here. A big slipper. There's an olive here. Spiny jewel box. Pretty little olive. Shark eye shell, but it is broken. A broken whelk. Another little olive.
Here's a few more shells to share with you guys. A couple of the shark eyes or moon snails. How about this little guy?
Oh, that's a pretty little channel whelk, a little black color.
Do you notice how this one has perfect stripes around it, Steph?
Mm-hmm.
Probably hard to see. So is that still one of the channel whelks?
It is.
Okay. I noticed there was a big channel whelk over here before I moved on. It's that blue one you see sticking up right there.
Ooh, how about this one too? There's a little knob whelk here and a lightning whelk here.
Oh, I thought that was a channel whelk. But that is a lightning whelk. And how can you tell the difference in that?
You see the difference in this opening here? And there's mud and muck coming all out the bottom. But this open, the aperture of the lightning whelk is on the left side, whereas most shells, almost all of the shells, their open and aperture is on the right side, including this little knobbed whelk here, compared to the lightning whelk.
Just a couple more of the olive shells that I picked up. So we're getting a good many of them today. We're up to 10 or 12 of them.
So you can definitely see why the little olive shells or South Carolina state shell. There's lots of them out here at times.
And
Another little shark eye.
Just look at the shells. We're not seeing a ton of huge shells, but we're seeing a lot. That's a nice
The cockle.
cockle there.
Sure is. Very pretty.
Lots of color. Big dark white.
And I see this big piece here. I know you guys can probably see it, just to give you a better view of it. It is just a really pretty piece of driftwood. Of course, like a lot of beaches that have shells, we have tons of broken shells as well. So here, that would have been a really big angel wing. The sailor's ear, there's one that's full there.
I know some of these ladies that watch these shelling videos. I've read so many of the comments. I know that they would just love to have a day to walk out here and, you know, just go through all these shell stuff. I really appreciate those ladies for sharing all their comments with me and Steph.
That's right.
She truly appreciates that, and just like the sweet lady that has made these earrings for Steph.
That's right. Thank you, Miss Ginger.
One of the viewers of the channel. She was actually out of Tampa, Florida. They got missed by the hurricane too. Check out this big angel wing stuff.
Oh, wonk, wonk. It's got a little hole
It's a
right
little
here.
busted. I guarantee you some of these women out here though, they wouldn't mind that. They would use it in some type of art. How about the lines and stuff on that big cockle?
Yeah, that one's pretty. That one is pretty. There's another really pretty one there. Another one there. Little broken whelk there. Oh, and look. Got a deceased hermit crab hanging out of it.
Oh man.
He probably got too disheveled in the storm.
Yeah. It happens. Things happen. I want to walk right down here, Steph. If you want to take this camera for a minute. I just want to see this spot down here where it's eroded. Well, maybe you want to come with it?
Oh, I thought that's what you was wanting me to do.
No. I thought you might want. Oh, what is that? We got to dig this up just to see how big it was. I know it's busted, but I can't help but look.
Wow.
Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Man, talking about a set of brass knuckles right there, right? Or would you call it shell knuckles?
I guess shell knuckles with that one. That would definitely give somebody a knuckle sandwich for sure.
Walk around right out here for a second, Steph.
All right, you go right ahead since you have your shoes on. Yeah, I will.
Can you handle the camera in the wagon?
I'm gonna try.
Just for a minute.
Little knobbed whelk. And the shark eye shell. Love those dark colors, it's pretty. Lots of those cockles, and oysters. Backside section of a horseshoe crab that's all broken up. Check out all the little barnacles that were growing on it. And the wormholes too. An angel wing. And it is complete. Of course, I'm just scanning around as we look. And look at that little lightning whelk. An olive shell with little barnacles all over it, and a slipper shell growing on it there. And that slipper snail is still alive. He wouldn't be attached there anymore if he weren't. And deceased starfish there. Look at this little teeny cockle. That's a pretty one. So tiny. Oh, and our baby's there. It's a little dirty. My hands are dirty. What'd you find, Oliver?
Look at this cool stuff.
Oh.
That's a different crab that I hadn't seen down here.
The calico crab?
You have?
Right.
Okay, well you have. Maybe I have too.
Yes, sir.
And one of the spider crabs. We collect these out here. They're 50 cal bullets, and this is a little pear whelp, and this guy still has the snail in it.
Oh, he's still
I just
alive.
wanted to give you guys a look at it. I'm gonna return it back to one of the tidal pools. So you think we could display this little guy somewhere, Steph, or you think he'll get too stinky?
I think he'll be fine.
He feels dried out.
We'll leave him outside and let him dry out some more to make sure he's over his stinky stage, but
Another olive right here.
pretty, pretty. I had spotted something right here when Oliver first walked up to me when I first turned, but now I don't see it.
What did you spot?
I do see a little baby's ear right here. It was a sea urchin. Oh, I do see it. I remember where it was now when I actually said the word. Right there, another sea urchin.
Another angel wing is broken, but I think over time the washing around in the sea and the sand has kind of smoothed the edges back out. Look at that right there. That pretty orange whelp there. That's a beauty.
It is pretty. I'm gonna let you get it since you have your shoes on and step in there carefully. Beautiful, beautiful colors on it.
That's a keeper, right, Steph?
It is. Trying to ease my way through some of these shells to pick up this balloon trash here. Gotta get it untangled.
Oh, we got a big shell right here, and I cannot lie. Look at it. I see it with my eye. Oh, is it broken, or is it just buried in the sand?
I think it looks like it's just buried. You grab it and see. So it is chipped on the end, but still pretty enough.
You'll take it, right?
Yep, that's right. And I do see another one right there. Can I let you hold this for a second while I untangle
You sure
this
can.
mess?
I'll grab it.
I don't want to take these sticks, but I do want to get this trash off of it. And there's another whelp right there.
Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna let you get that one since it was your find, and let's see if it's broken.
Oh, it's got a curve to it right there. It's a little unusual.
A little bit weird shape.
Little anomaly. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Some more common shells that we see here, big clam shells, like this guy down here. And these are very, very thick. You hardly ever see these busted up. Check this out. Huge cleat off of a boat. Would have been mounted to the boat right here. That's half of the cleat, and looks like it's broken off, or maybe it's not a cleat, but it's definitely something off of a ship or a boat.
Treasure, and I see another right up there, but I found this one while you guys were walking down by the water's edge. And check this out, 2 live critters right here. Got 1 pair of arcs. Well, it's just 1 arc, and you see him closing his shell right now. He is alive. I'm gonna put him back down by the water's edge. And then I had picked up this broken angel wing. I was gonna see this starfish was still alive. I don't really see any movement, but we are right here by a little tidal pool, so I'm gonna stick him back in the water. And look at this other beauty right here. Pretty, pretty. Love these sand dollars, and these sand dollars, of course, are deceased. They are completely bleached out already. Sand dollars, when they are alive, are like a greenish purple color. And I can't make it all the way down there to the water since I don't have any shoes on. But I am gonna put him in a little tide pool right here along with this little arc clam. And that clam is fine. Clams actually can live under the mud. They bury themselves in the mud. Just want to make sure that's not a ton shell.
Hold that there and I'll look.
He does have his shoes on. Bare tushied. You see all these shells, especially these ones that are like that, will cut the sides of your foot. And he didn't pick it up, so it must not have been. Probably some of these big cockles like these. There are some beautiful cockles out here today. Lots of them too. Tons of them. Ooh, this one would have been a huge one. It is broken on the back, but look at there how big. It covers my entire foot all the way across. Very big. Looks like he picked up a piece of trash.
Yeah, when we're venturing out on the beaches, guys, and we always like to ask anybody that comes out on the beaches or any beach, whether it's near you, you know, right where you live or whatever, always take back more trash than what you bring. If you see something out on the beach, we challenge you, you know, to take back more trash than what you bring to the beach. And here's that look at that big cockerel I picked up, and also another pretty olive.
Beautiful.
We are the only ones that can take care of our beaches, and we have to do it together, right?
That's right.
We have some beautiful beaches here in South Carolina, and we definitely don't want to see them get to the point that they're just all trashed up. Like this here, just piece of PVC pipe that's busted off or something. why not pick it up? We got this wagon, we got all this space. That's the way we feel. We don't mind carrying back a little trash. That's a big angel wing right there.
It is. It does have some little chips on it. So I feel sure it'll break more before we ever get it back home. But that is a big one. Look at that little whelk there. Pretty, pretty.
And these shorebirds, I think they're welcoming us. They're steady just chirping and sitting there having a good time. And they're actually running around all out here, guys, all different types that you get to see if you ever venture out on one of these barrier islands. Oh, look at this urchin stuff. That's a big one.
Said he found the urchin.
Pretty good size one.
Oh, that is a pretty one. Big one compared to the ones we had gotten this morning. Or now.
Shark eye right there. Upside down.
Ooh, this busted. And there's a little one there. This busted too. Would go great on some art or some jewelry or something like that where you wouldn't have to display the back because it is broken.
Look at the spots on that cockle. All those orange colors.
Really pretty.
I'll keep it since you said it was really pretty.
There are some beautiful ones out here today. Like this one, look at the colors on it. I sweat it to give you a better look. Stripes on it.
Just to prove me wrong, here it is. We run across another one of these guys.
Yep, another one of the little calico crabs.
So evidently, yeah, we've seen them. I have a terrible memory. Steph has to correct me a lot.
You have to correct me a lot too sometimes, so that's what couples do.
That's right. How about that right there? That's pretty cool.
It is, and on the way to it, look at this little angel wing I found. Little piece of seaweed. These type always remind me of the cartoons where you see like the music playing and the bubbles coming out of them.
We're definitely not mentioning any names of those cartoons in particular, right? How about that guy?
There's one right there behind you too.
Got to look at that one there though.
That one is beautiful. Gorgeous black. It is really pretty. It is chipped a little on the edge.
Seen stuff?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
It's all covered in barnacles. It's kind of camouflaged. It's covered in barnacles and oyster shells. It's hard to even tell that that is the same type of shell.
Almost blended in with all the oysters. Uh-oh. This guy's gonna be whole.
Oh, gorgeous. Pretty. Love those dark colors. And these shells do get the colors from this dark pluff mud that's out here just beyond where we're walking. As they have been covered up by this mud for years, the sediment soaks into their shell.
There's a broken whelk there, and I'm seeing whoa,
there's a pretty one here.
I was actually seeing this right here, and then look. Wow, these are some huge olives compared to the ones that we've been finding with you guys today.
They are golly.
And look at that there. That's what led me over here. So one treasure led me to 4.
Awesome. And check out that one.
Another
really big one.
wow, put it beside these.
Let's take a good look all around, make sure we're not missing some more.
Look at right here. There's one right there by the wagon. And we passed one right there.
Probably past hundreds.
I'm sure if,
It's hard to see all these beauties.
some of these ladies go back through the video and just, you know, pause it and slow it down, they're gonna see stuff that we've missed.
That's right. I see a little whelk covered in barnacles over there.
Listen to this guy, this laughing gull.
He's laughing at us
He's
picking up
laughing
these
at
shells. Oh, is this the same one I just picked up and put back down with the hole in the side? Yep, it is. But I saw this one over here. I don't want to walk away without picking it up because it is gorgeous. Beautiful. Big piece of glass, sea glass. And check out this one. Oh, it's alive. So that is the live whelk right there. You see him sucking back in to his shell, and that's his trap door right here. So I'm just gonna turn him back over in that little tide pool. Let him keep on living his whelk life. Another big olive.
And I'm still continuing to find some of these big olives. Here's another one.
Oop. I'm dropping them, trying to pick up that shark eye. It's filled in with mud. Oliver's got a few more. And a couple more whelks.
This one's busted up. I'm going to leave it and that little tiny one.
And that one is just broken. Came here to rinse my hand off in that tide pool for a second. There. So see guys, we're definitely not picking them all up for the ones of you who worry about that. Oliver walked right past this beauty and didn't even notice it. As I feel sure we've walked past plenty of other beauties. Shark eye. Oh, and check out that sea urchin there, turned upside down. Gorgeous. Oliver found another sand dollar.
They're in pretty good condition.
These biting flies are terrible out here today.
They are.
Tearing me up.
Steph, I can't see how long we've been on this video. Can you take a look for me?
$54 minutes.
54 minutes.
Think they're ready to stop?
We're gonna give them a few more minutes and we're gonna have to cut this one with you guys. You know, these batteries in these cameras, they only last so long.
Yeah, and we definitely don't want it to go off and actually lose the footage. Occasionally it will do that.
And I don't want to make no cuts and try to take anything out of this video today, guys. I want to share a real walk with you guys, and that's what this video is going to be. So what is that right there?
I'm not sure. I'll hold the wagon if you want to go check it out.
Check this out. It's definitely something metal. Had no idea what that would have come off of. I'm sure it would have been a ship or something that was out here at one time. And how about that piece of driftwood with the holes bored right through it? Find that we're going to be able to share with you guys on this part of the video. We truly appreciate you guys coming along on this part of the video. We're going to be swapping batteries on the camera. We're going to be making probably some more progress this way and back down the beach. If you like videos like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you get to see the next part of this video, guys. Thank you so much for coming along.